Hi everyone, this is the gas walkthrough for March 17th. I'm Philip Newman. Today I'm solving Twin Detector Sudoku 2 by Bill Murphy. As the name suggests, we have done one of these before. We have normal Sudoku rules, 1 through 9 in each row column in 3x3 box. Additionally, we have some arrows in the grid in some of the cells. And what these arrows are telling us is that somewhere our run of cells adds up to this digit. So it could be that this is a 3. It could be that these two sum to 3. In this case, it can't be that these 3 sum to 3, but for example, this 8, it's not, but it could be 3 cells. So it's pointing to a run of cells starting from the arrow in the direction of the arrow, but the length of that run is to be determined. So those are the rules, and we will start with this 3. In this box, this has to be 1, 2, because we already have the 3 in the box. So we need to use at least 2 cells. And now this 5 can't be 5 here, so these must sum to 5, and the only remaining digit is 4 that will make that work. So we need a 1 to go with it. Now 8 can't repeat, so this must be 7 with the 1. And then this will be a 6, 9 pair, which is resolved by our given digits. Down here we have the same sort of thing. But this is not resolved. So 6 and 2 cells could be 1, 5 or 2, 4. But we know we have the high digit there. And 9 could go with 8 or 7 with the 1, 2. So not resolved there. However, the digits we have left in these cells are 4, 5, 7, and 8, and we have 3 of them here. So this is a 4, which makes this a 5, this a 1, this a 2, this an 8, and this a 7. So we do get there eventually. This 5 can't repeat in the row, so it must be at least 2 cells. Can't be 3 cells. Minimum is 6, even if we didn't have this 3 here. We do have the 3 here, so the only way to make 5 and 2 cells is 1, 4. We can't do 2, 3. Here, there are 2 ways to do 5 and 2 cells, but we can't do 1, 4 because in this case, we have both of them in this column, so this cell can't be either of them. Also, there's a 4 pointed at both of these cells, so we can't use 4 for that reason. But this is a useful thing to look for, especially when you're dealing with sums. I included this in my most recent puzzle, something similar to this, with 1, 4, and yeah, it was a trickier step, and I probably should have given a hint for it. But we will use that here. Because 1 and 4 both appear in this column, this cell cannot be 1 or 4, which means this sum, this pair, cannot be 1, 4. So it must be 2, 3. We know the order from the 2's. And now this must be a 4 with the 6. This is 7. And we need 8 and 1. Resolved by that. 8 and the 1, 4 pair. This is 2 to finish the row. 6, 8, 9, 3, 5, 7. We'll come back to. Alright, we need to resolve these 3's in the central box. And we know one of them could be just a 3, because it's a different box. But they can't both be, so the other one has to be 1, 2. So these cells are from 1, 2, 3. The central cell is not a 3, because either this is a 3 or this is a 3. This can't be a 2. This could still be 1, though. We could have 2, 1, 3. That's fine. So we can't resolve this quite yet, unless I'm missing something obvious. I'm sure there are other things to do here, but 4 can't go in these cells, which means 4 is in one of these cells, which means it's not here. This is called a pointing pair. I probably haven't said that in a while, although I'm sure I've said it before. But that's what that's called in classic Sudoku, and it applies here. 8 can't be 3 cells here. We could have 3 cells summed into 8, but in this case we can't because we have a 3 and a 5. The 2 ways to do 8 and 3 cells are 1, 2, 5 and 1, 3, 4, and both of those are ruled out. So we need to do 2 cells. It can't be 3, 5, it can't be 2, 6, it must be 1, 7 in that order, and that is going to give us a 3 there, which means this is 1, 2, and the 1 resolves the order there. Alright, this 5, this could be a 5. If it's not a 5, we need 2 digits, and this would have to be 3 here, because it's the only digit in the column, but it would need a 2 here to go with this 2. There are a bunch of digits ruled out. Basically, the only digits from 1, 2, 3, 4 we can put here are a 1 here and a 3 here, and that doesn't sum to 5. So this is 5. This 5 must be 2, 3, because of that 1. That's been there for a while. Just hadn't got to it. This 8 now needs a 6 with the 2. 4 and 1 to finish the box. These are 2 and 6, which is not done yet. These are 2 and 7, which is, and that's going to resolve the 2, 6 as well. These are 1, 5, 9. Can't do that yet. These are 3, 4, 8. We can do the 4 here. So the 3, 8, that rules 4 out of that cell. So I can place it there. If I can type the right digit. I feel like I say that pretty much every video, because I'm always typing the wrong digits. Yeah, so this was 3, 8, which I can't do yet, but I will fill it in. In this box we need 5, 6, and 9. Can't do much with that yet. 5 can't go in these cells, so the only place in the row is here. So this is a 1, 9 pair. Alright, we need to use this 8 clue. 5 is not 8, so we need to go at least one more cell, so this has to be 3, 8. This one's done. I think all the clues are done. Yeah, okay. So just classic Sudoku now. So 2 there, 4 there from these 4s. These are 6 and 9. I will fill that in because we said this was 6 or 9. But actually in that row, this can't be 1 or 9, and the only other digit left is 6. So that's going to resolve these. Oh my goodness, my typing is so bad. 1 and 9 here, and 3, 8. These were 5, 6, that's not done yet. 3, 5, 8. Also not done yet. This, in the column, we need 3, 5, 8. There's a 3 and a 5 in the row. And now here we need 6 and 9 again. And 3, 5, 7 we said. This is 7. And then the 3 is finally going to get us going on the rest of this. 3 there, 8 there. And to finish off 5 and 6. That's the solution. Fun puzzle. I like this variant. There's a lot of variety in the links of the clues that you have to sort through, and you can do neat tricks like what we did in this box. We didn't know which was which yet, but we could say these 3 cells had to be from 1, 2, 3. And I like stuff like that. So, I hope you enjoyed it as well. Let us know how you did in the comments, and I will see you next time.